Hi everyone, it's Miss Nicole. I'm the children's librarian at the Cicero Library, and I'm here today with another batch of home-cooked art. That's art you can make from stuff in your kitchen. So today we're going to make salt paintings. It's very simple and you can do as complicated or as simple a salt painting as you'd like. To make a salt painting, you need paper. I have pretty thick paper here today, but you can use whatever you have around. You need salt. Almost every kind will work. You just need quite a bit of it. Glue. I have regular white glue. This will work great. You can probably use almost any type of craft glue that you have around though. And then I have watercolor paints. Now, you don't have to use watercolor paints if you don't have them around. You can use almost any other type of craft paint you have, acrylic or tempera. You just need to dilute it down a bit so it's nice and watery. If you don't have any paint at all, you can also check your cabinets and find some food coloring. Food coloring and a little bit of water will get you a really nice liquid watercolor effect, which will be great for this project. So, if you have a particular design in mind, you can sketch it out with pencil. I'm just going to freehand it today, so I take my glue, open it up, make some nice lines and pools. Thick or thin really doesn't matter. I'm going pretty abstract today, which is a great way just to test out new art materials. Close up my glue. Now that I've got the glue where I want it, I'm going to take my salt and shake it all over. So you can do this however you want, based on how much mess you can tolerate. If you want to put it in a shaker, you can do that. I'm just freehanding it because my kitchen's already messy. So I'm just shaking it all around. I just want to cover up all of the glue with salt. Just as if you were using craft glitter. Thankfully, this is not quite as messy as using glitter. It's pretty messy, but it's a bit easier to clean up. So there you go. Now, if you're very suspicious, you can always throw a little salt over your left shoulder to prevent bad luck, because we've certainly spilled a lot here. Okay, so my glue is all covered up with salt. I have a big bowl here that I'm gonna shake off all the extra. Okay, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. You might have to do this a few times because the extra just keeps coming off. I didn't say it wasn't messy, but cooking and art are almost always messy. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, there we go. I have glue covered with salt. Now, before you can do the next stage, you have to let it dry. I'm not going to make you sit through a couple hours of waiting for glue to dry. So, I'm going to sweep up some of this extra salt. And I'll show you a piece of art that I already made with this technique. See, it says home-cooked art. And my glue is all dry and most of my salt is sticking really well, so I have this design covered with salt, and then my paint. So all you're going to do to paint this, so get my glue out of the way, is to take your paintbrush, there we go, and dip it in a color. You want it to be pretty watery. And then you're just going to very lightly touch it to a part of your painting. You'll see the paint spread really beautifully. You don't want to use too much water because that will, or too much paint, because that will start to really dissolve both your salt and your glue, which is not what you want to have happen. So, let's see. Let me see if I can do a brighter color so you can see it well. Here we go. All right, so I'm not really painting, I'm just kind of dabbing it on and letting the salt absorb the color. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, it's really bright. It kind of bleeds a bit, so any color that you put next to another color, you're going to get a little mixing, which I happen to really like. There we go. Let me just finish one letter here and then you can see what it looks like, what kind of effect that you're going to get. Again, I'm not going back and forth with a paintbrush, I'm just really lightly touching it. You could even do this with an eyedropper if you want, but I think a paintbrush gives me a little more control. There we go. Okay, so let me hold it up and see if you can see. Yeah, if you look at that A right there, I promise you, when you do it in person, it's much more impressive than when you look at it in my video. So that's pretty much it. You put the color wherever you like it, let it dry, and then you have this beautiful, really bright colored, textured piece of art. It looks really fun, and it's really fun to do. So there you have it, salt painting. If you happen to do this project, please let us know and show us the results by commenting below. Don't forget to check our website, that's www.nopl.org, for more activities and art resources. And I'll see you next Friday for another batch of home cooked art. Have a great week!